We have 45,000 total, 3,000 of which are from religious leaders all over the country, and 42,000 are a separate petition, but that are from folks of every walk of life all over the country asking that the charges be dropped, all of the charges.
Yeah, today the judge is going to decide on the motions for dismissal that were filed previously.
Then I was contacted by several religious colleagues, Jews and Muslims, Christians and Sikhs, Buddhists and Wiccans from around the country who also believe in the sacredness of Black lives, asking that I start a petition so that people of faith could stand in solidarity with the Mall of America protest organizers. And so I did. And over 3,100 people of faith from around the country signed that petition. In addition to these faith leaders, another petition was circulated by someone else who was at the Mall of America and couldn't sit idly by as our justice system was used to persecute the less powerful in deference to those who hoard power. Their petition garnered over 42,000 signatures.
I am here to support the Black Lives Matter movement with the Mall of America protest.
Oh, what brings me here? Oh, I've been standing in solidarity with Black Lives Matter.
What's going to happen to the Black Lives Matter movement?
I don't think it's going to peter out. What is going to happen is going to show up in more forms. Movements begin to understand the context in which they are born and the context of the change that are happening politically. And Black Lives Matter is no different. It is going to adjust, it's going to be nimble and respond to what's going on. Especially something like the presidential candidate. Who becomes the candidate is going to determine some of their tactics and some of their strategies. So I don't think it's going to go anywhere. It's just going to show up differently.
Well, I think the continual call to stand up for what was a peaceful and beautiful protest that I was glad to be part of at the Mall of America, and to not criminalize peaceful protests in what really is, in all practical purposes, a public space, even if it's legally private property. You know, I was impressed by the sense of integrity and the sense of peacefulness and the sense of righteous anger, but within such a structure of love. And I think what elevated it to a more tense level was the riot gear of the police. I thought the organizers themselves held themselves with such quality, peaceful decorum that it was a beautiful.
It started in the aftermath of the shooting death of Trayvon Martin. So 3 young African American women coined the term Black Lives Matter because they were fed up of being sent the message that our country does not value the lives of Black people, which is something that we've endured since the days of slavery and beyond. I believe that the Black Lives Matter will continue to grow and expand across the country and even globally, especially because there's so much energy from the young people who are part of the movement. What people don't like typically is disruption. They don't like protests. They don't like people challenging the status quo, and that's exactly what Black Lives Matter stands for. And that same energy and that spirit of protest and a willingness to challenge the status quo is what carried us through the civil rights movement. That's the same energy that exists today. So I encourage the young people to keep standing up, keep protesting, keep speaking truth to power until we see the changes in our laws, in our policies, in our practices that reflect the fact that Black lives do matter.
So some people saying, well, that's gonna, it's gonna go away like Occupy did.
People can say that. We're building in ways that are very different than Occupy. We actually have a national structure and a national organization. You actually have to agree to a set of principles and guidelines about how you're organizing, the ways you're organizing, and we're really serious about both social and policy change.
We're done with white supremacy and the systemic white supremacy that happens throughout the state of Minnesota. We're here standing with that. Amen. We're not going to stand for that no more. We're going to continue to come out no matter what people think, no matter what the critics say or what they think. We see through the 45,000 signatures that are here today that people still believe in the justice that can be served within our country, within our state, within our nation. And so we as clergy in our city, throughout our state, throughout our nation, don't come together and mobilize and unify to stand in solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement, what are we saying that our faith stands for? What are we saying that we believe? If we're not willing to visit those and stand up for those who are being marginalized, ostracized, and set out on the wayside. And so if you're here today and you believe that, let me just see you raise that fist up. In solidarity, knowing that there are no such thing as other people's children.
That's right.
And so we said,
here's one of the criminals. Say defendants, criminal.
Yes, thank you.
Good luck.
Yes, because there was no crime, honestly.